Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Good day, young scientists. Have your pen, paper, module ready? Today, we will learn about factors affecting potential energy and kinetic energy. Isn't it fun to learn new things every day? Well, in your previous class, we have learned that energy of the body causes it to do work. In doing work, the process of transferring energy is manifested. At this point in time, we will explore the difference between potential energy and kinetic energy, as well as identify and explain its factors. The word energy has varied meaning. It may refer to food, to sources of fuel like gasoline, electricity, and many others. It is also essential in the technological development of our country. Knowing the importance of energy, it is also necessary to understand its basic concept. Why do we need to eat? What helps us accomplish our task? The answer for this question is energy. We gain energy from the food we eat. In turn, we use it to accomplish our task. But energy is literally translated to active, from the Greek word energos. You can actively perform your task because of the energy present in your body. Similarly, in physics, the word energy is defined as the capacity or the ability to do work. Today, we will uncover the concept behind energy. And let us see if you can recall some of the concepts presented to you in your previous class. Try Activity 1 entitled Working on Cryptogram. It is a word puzzle featuring message substituted with numbers. Your task is to decode a text that reveals a message. So get your pen, self-learning module, and answer Activity 1. Objective of this activity is to review the concept of work. In the table are code and equivalent letters. Answer the guide questions that follow. Go ahead, have fun. And now, get your pen and self-learning module ready and answer Activity 1 entitled Working on Cryptogram together with me. Here are the guide questions. Number 1. What does it tell us about work? I will give you 20 seconds to answer. Time's up! Work is done if a force causes a displacement upon an object. It is also a method of transferring energy. Number 2. What are the components of work? I will give you 20 seconds to answer. The components of work are force and displacement. Number 3. How work is related to energy? I will give you 20 seconds to answer. The relationship of work and energy is that work is a method of transferring energy. Good job! Now, let us begin exploring the concept of energy. To write activity 2 entitled Come On, which is common. Objective of this activity is to differentiate kinetic energy and potential energy. Given are sets of pictures of different objects. Carefully observe the pictures in each set. Look out how each collection of images is differently classified. So get your pen and self-learning module and answer activity 2 entitled Come On, which is common. Here are the guide questions. Number 1. How are the pictures in set A classified? In set B. What is your answer, young scientist? The pictures in set A are classified as objects that are not moving or stationary objects. The pictures in set B, on the other hand, are classified as objects that are moving. Number 2. Which set of pictures shows movement and no movement? What is your answer, young scientist? Set B shows movement, while set A shows no movement. Number 3. What type of energy does set A manifest? In set B. What is your answer, young scientist? Set A manifests potential energy, while set B manifests kinetic energy. Number 4. Differentiate potential energy from kinetic energy. What is your answer, young scientist? Potential energy is the energy at rest or stored energy, since it has the potential to do work once released. Kinetic energy, on the other hand, is the energy in motion. All objects possess either a kinetic energy or a potential energy. It is a question of whether or not the object is moving. And let us find out more how they differ. Potential energy is also defined as stored energy. Due to its position, will give the object potential to do work. At this point, we will conduct an activity to determine the factors affecting energy at rest or potential energy. Let us perform activity 3 entitled Create a Potential Crater. The objective of this activity is to describe the factors that affect potential energy. Materials needed for this activity are 1 kilogram flour or fine sand, 3 small stones the same size as that of a marble, 1 slightly larger stone about the same diameter as that of a 5-peso coin, ruler, and tape. Plastic container, preferably rectangular in shape. Here are the procedure. Number 1. Fill your plastic container with flour. Level the surface using a ruler. Number 2. Get a small stone and drop one at a certain height, as indicated in the table. Begin from one side to the other container to other side, as shown in the figure 1 in your self-learning module. Make sure that the impact created, as well as the small stone itself, will not be moved as you drop another in your setup. Number 3. Complete the table in your self-learning module by answering the question at the third column based on your observation from the activity. And here are the guide questions. Number 1. At what elevation and height did the object gain the potential to perform the greatest work? You have 20 seconds to answer this question. You are right. The correct answer is at 12-inch elevation, the object gained the potential to perform the greatest work. At 3-inch elevation, the object gained the potential to perform the least work. Number 2. At what elevation and height did the object store the greatest potential energy? Least potential energy. You have 20 seconds to answer this question. Time's up! You are right. The correct answer is Number 2. The object stored the greatest potential energy at a height of 12 inches and the least potential energy at a height of 3 inches. Number 3. Between the small stone and the slightly larger stone dropped at the same height, which plunged deeper in the layer of lava. Why it is so? Time starts now. The correct answer is Number 3. Between the small stone and the slightly larger stone, the larger stone plunged deeper into the layer of lava because it has larger mass compared to the same stone. Number 4. Guide question. Moon's gravity is much less than that of the Earth. About 16.75% of our planet gravity. If you could bring your setup to the moon and drop the same marble at the 12-inch elevation, would the impact be the same as that on Earth? Explain your answer. Time starts now. Number 4. Since the gravitation is lesser on Moon, the impact could not be the same as that on Earth. In fact, lesser than that on Earth. The acceleration due to gravity affects how fast an object falls, consequently affecting the impact caused by falling. Number 5. Guide question. Based on the activity, what are the factors that could affect the potential energy of an object? Explain each identical factor. Time starts now. The correct answer is factors that could affect the potential energy of an object are mass, gravity, and height. If the height of a body increases, the amount of energy possessed by an object also increases. The same goes with the mass and gravity. Hooray! Now, we just learned that mass, gravity, and height are the factors that affect how much gravitational potential energy an object possesses. Do you know that you can actually show the relationship between potential energy and its factors? Mathematically, potential energy is expressed as potential energy is equal to mass, gravity, and height, where m is the mass in kilograms, g is the acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 meter per second x squared at the surface of the Earth. H is the height in meters, PE is the potential energy in kilograms, meters x squared per second x squared, kilogram meter x squared per second x squared, or joules. Now, we have learned the factors affecting potential energy and kinetic energy. Let us have our assessment. Direction. Encircle the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Which of the following best describes kinetic energy? A. Active energy. B. Stored energy. C. Energy in motion. Or letter D. Stored and active. The correct answer is letter C. Number 2. Which of the following situations shows energy in motion? A. An orbiting fan. C. A broomstick placed on a divan. C. A student learning on the chalkboard. Or letter D. A bulletin board attached on the wall. The correct answer is letter A. Number 3. Which of the following situations shows stored energy or energy at rest? A. A traveling tricycles. B. An athlete running on the field. C. A flower vase placed on the table. Or letter D. A laborer pushing a crate on the floor. The correct answer is letter C. Number 4. Which of the following affect the gravitational potential energy of an object? A. Height and mass. B. Mass and velocity. C. Height and weight. Or letter D. Velocity and height. The correct answer is letter C. Height and weight. Number 5. Which is true regarding an object that is moving faster? A. It has more kinetic energy. B. It has more potential energy. C. Each kinetic energy remains the same. Or letter D. Each potential energy increases quadratically. The correct answer is letter A. It has more kinetic energy. Congratulations for doing your best! That's all for today, young scientists. I hope you had fun while learning become easy once we had explored. Once again, I am Teacher Sai of Cotabato City National High School Main Campus. Wassalam!